looks like we got 2 hours and 47 minutes to Las Vegas, which is our current destination. We're deciding if we're going to eat breakfast somewhere or not. Like, Chelsea really wants some biscuits and gravy from the Cracker Barrel. But
right, Chelsea, it's Joel.
I like the biscuits and gravy. I've never had the biscuits and gravy actually at Cracker Barrel, so I don't know. Right now there's some snow in the mountains up here. We got a good, 7 degrees outside. I have no idea what the weather is.
44 degrees.
44 degrees outside. There you go. And we've got a low pressure system coming from the east. All right. See you guys up there. So we ended up at the Cracker Barrel. Now Chelsea's playing random games over here.
It's not a random game.
What a game is this?
It's the Cracker Barrel table game.
It's a Cracker Barrel game? Lots of wall space. Yep. It's cool.
Welcome to our crib.
Oh Lord. Well, we have a nice vanity here. So we're going to start with the bathroom tour,
Which Joel has not used right now.
which I've not used already. I did. Got your standard toilet and your shower. Whole mirror here. They got certain products for shampoos. They got their Red Flower brand. You can tell I've done a lot of hotel tours. It's a little warm in here. So you start off, there's Chelsea sitting on a cool sofa thing. This room's really cool actually. You got your like really big bed in here and you have all these cool light features. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 different light features which all can be individually controlled. You got your little bar thing, which I'm not a fan of because you have to pay a lot of money for each one of these items. Even the fridge is a little bit of a disappointment because there's really no room to put anything in there. And obviously if you grab something, you're going to spend like $14, I think it said, for a Monster Energy drink. But besides that, you take a look at the room here. I'm going to try to stand back. This is a really nice room. How much did we pay tonight?
$248.
$248. And then our view, even though it is like the off season for the pool, you got the whole pool down there. If you look out, you can see the Las Vegas Strip from the backside, which is really cool. You can actually sort of see the sphere kind of creeping out right like there. Check right on the left side of that if you take a look. And then you come back in here.
Most importantly,
And then, oh yeah, it comes
you
with
have
this.
a sheep.
It does come with the sheep. So I would say, so far I like it. We just came from the, let me turn it back around to us real quick. So we just came back from the MG and we went to the Netflix Bites restaurant, which actually was better than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. We started off, I think we were both a little hesitant because, you have something like Netflix, you're thinking, well, how good's the food going to be, right? But it was good. But then we immediately lost like $80 in like 10 minutes because we got over ambitious on the dollar machine. And
Somebody watched a YouTube video.
We did. I watched one of these videos, and the guy was like, "Oh, if you play this slot machine," but with anything, you have to realize that you are going to lose or can lose, so you can't just assume you're going to win. And I might have thought that I would win, so it was a little disappointment. So then we came here and it was a little more relaxed and kind of cool. So now we're kind of like chilled out. We're gonna go downstairs and get a coffee. So yeah, talked a lot there, but Okay, babe?
No.
Hello. We arrived at the Valley of Fire in Nevada, United States. Here we are. It's probably a little windy because we didn't bring the microphone out. So what you're going to hear is... I'd have had the sound effects now. That's what you're going to hear. A little different.
In other news, I just experienced
Oh,
a
yeah.
toilet.
Is that new for you?
Yeah.
Chelsea just pooped in her first, or peed.
I didn't
Sorry,
poop.
oh, sorry, my bad. Allegedly, she had just gone pee in one of those, public national park toilets, but not realizing that it's just a hole in the ground that they have to like dig all the stuff out of.
Okay, but as a girl,
Yeah.
what happens if there's snakes down there? Because you're.
Why is it just if a girl? What if
You're-
I
you
take
get
a?
to stand.
What if I? Well, I get to, but what if it jumps up and grabs your slingless? Luckily, I don't have
the
that problem.
snake bites the snake.
Advertised.
Is that Inception?
the mini sphere. Oh, the sphere's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, you know, based on TV.
There's a lot of heavy breathing in this video. It's because we just ate churros and a torta.
Yeah, we did too much again. I don't know what happened. I was supposed to eat less today, but somehow I ate like 4 churros.
Don't judge us. Joel, stand by Checo and Max.
Basically the same.
Yeah, I see so much similarity.
Turn right,
Wars
then take
pinball.
the first right.
I think we're winning here.
We'll see.
What I like is that you're not really sure what you're getting into.
Is this, do you think we have pinball here or no?
I'm not sure.
The destination is on your right. Pinball Hall of Fame.
Okay, I think there's pinball.
So you might ask yourself, like, what do you do when you lose your money in Vegas? You end up at the Pinball Hall of Fame. This is very much like the Vegas vacation scene where he goes to like pick a number and he's grabbing cash out of the dirt, you know. Because now I'm like, well, we're not going to gamble anymore. Let's go play some pinball. So this is where we're at. We didn't lose that much, honestly, but there's still time.
We'll have some of the yellow. That is super cool.
Zoltar Voltan.
Not to be confused with Zoltar. That's super cool. The old school. You want to play Superman?
They're hard. Some are better. Alright, we just got out of the Pinball Hall of Fame, and I'll tell you what, that was super awesome. Freaking, what, I spent $20 for a whole hour?
I have a new friend.
And she got a horse.
His name is Pinball.
No, I think the thing that's really cool about this place is that they all really care about the stuff in here. Like everything goes to charity. Everything you play goes to charity. They're working on the machines. There's machines that are out of order that they're fixing, but there's stuff there from like the 50s and 60s, which is really cool.
And I got to play The Simpsons.
Did you have to play something?
Yeah.
All right.
And Hydro Thunder, Matthew. I won.
Hydro Thunder.